I can feel the breeze blowing, storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page life is about to be. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, and if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Well, there'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells your friend Mike, he's your man. And he's gonna tell you all about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm or if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news others try to hide. Click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Yeah, here at Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nation Pride.
All right, hey, good morning, everybody. Let me turn on my little green screen. What's up? Let's wait for the big roll down. Hey, Tiki. Yeah, I love that song. There's our little roll down. Looking good. Cool, let me close that out. Put up our satellite. That was Andy Simmons. That's our official artist of SpaghettiModels.com. He wrote us 2 songs. 2 #1 hits. That's the #1 trending hurricane song on Google. All right, hey, what's up, everybody? We've got the tropics looking juicy today, right? I tell you, every day things change quick, and now we got a couple little juicy blobs out there we're going to be watching. And Invest 98 in the Gulf, old Invest 96 in the islands. So, and then we got Humberto skirting very, 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 very close to the Bermudas. So we'll have to watch that. So a couple things real quick. So last night I got home, 79 degrees in the house. I got a little laser thermometer, air broke. So I emailed our local Oldsmar Air Conditioning, and guess what? They are Mike's Weather Page fans, and they were out here at 7:30 this morning. So, props to them. It's kind of, if I grew up watching Little House on the Prairie. You remember in Doc, they would trade chickens for services, and I feel like we're in those days. It's like, hey man, we watch you, we're fans, so we'll hook you up. They bumped somebody out of the early appointment. So if you're that person, I'm sorry. They got me up and running. I was like, I can't do a live show in 79 degree heat. So anyway, check them out. They didn't ask me to prop them, but hey, it's cool that others helping others in the community here. So Oldsmar Air Conditioning, that's pretty cool. So there you go. There's that. And of course, our #1 Facebook Live sponsor, ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. We love them to death. Tim, I kind of do, man. I do have real jobs. So big thanks to ABC Fine Wine. They're cool. We're working on a Drunk Donkey beer, the official beer of hurricane season. Hopefully next season. So big thanks to them for supporting what I do, and that's it. So here we go. All right, AC guys, you got to have AC in Florida, right, Whitney? What's going on? Yeah, whoever asked, I do work and do some website work and do some search engine work, and this is my summer gig. Trust me, I 24/7, man. I do a little here and there, but I mean, I counted up 33 hours of live broadcast during Dorian that I talked. You know, that's my contribution. 4 or 5 hours a day talking straight. Try that. Try talking to nobody for 4 hours a day. You might end up like going to a special little hospital. All right, so what do you guys want to talk about first? All right, let's talk about our Texas system. All right, real quick. We'll try to do everything quick. There's a lot to talk about. Humberto, let's go to the official page. Let's take a look at Humberto. Very impressive. Look at this little guy. It was last week. I put a picture on yesterday. So Dorian was expected to be a tropical storm officially, and cut through the state of Florida. What did Dorian do? Skirted Florida. Well, I went to the Bahamas, unfortunately, yes. But I'm talking track here. Dorian defied the odds, turned into a major hurricane, skirted Florida, and ultimately the Carolinas, and went on out to sea. Humberto officially was supposed to be nothing across the state. Now it's going to be a major hurricane. So, two storms that have pretty much said screw you to all the forecasters and all the models. So that's why we love the tropics. Listen, they call me a meteorologist, whatever that means. I'm an amateur, and we're all hobbyists. But hey, every year it seems like the tropics throw you for a loop. And as much science and modeling that we have, here's two major hurricanes that were expected to be nothing more than a tropical depression or tropical storm. Both of them expected to go through Florida. Both of them missed Florida. Both of them turned into major hurricanes. Defied all odds. So that's why we track the tropics, right? So there's that. Here's the official track of Dorian, or I knew I'd screw it up one day, of Humberto. Tropical storm warnings are now up for Bermuda. Still expected to pass just north. Still expected to be a major hurricane. Winds are now 100 miles an hour. Real quick, let's take a look at some modeling for those folks, because there's still enough models that unfortunately put it awfully close to skirting the north part of the island. We got this little bump happening that we talked about. Originally, some of these models showed it running into this high pressure, maybe going back a little bit, but yesterday talked about it. It looked like it was just going to be, I keep calling it a bump and a wiggle. But most of the models are just north of Bermuda, which is good news. There's Bermuda right there. It's kind of hard to see. I'll zoom super duper in. There's Bermuda. So good news. The only thing is the storm could have some impressive winds. Let's see if this is car warranty or a prank call. Oh, yeah. Appointment. Listen. 9:30. I'm glad you heard that, because I can't be live at 9:30. I can't be live tomorrow. I have my yearly. I hang out in the sun, Florida, get my skin checked appointment. So that's at 9:30 tomorrow. So tomorrow it'll be live around 8 in the morning, 8:19, and that was my reminder. So you heard it. So when I'm not on at 9:19 tomorrow, I'm not slacking. I'm getting cancer ripped off my skin. I've had a few little bumps, but I guess when you live in Florida, it's just part of your life. Going to the dermatologist. When your dermatologist knows you by your first name, you know you live in Florida. You might be a redneck. All right, so let's take a look at the euro. The euro passes pretty darn close to Bermuda. I just want to show us real quick, and then we'll go on to Texas. Here's the euro, and right there, can't really zoom in any closer than that, but these are wind gusts, and technically we could possibly have hurricane force wind gusts even though this thing passes to the north. There you go. Kind of see it right there. There's Bermuda winds. So expect some pretty gusty winds, at least the core of the system going to the north. That's all I really want to show on that. But Bermuda definitely going to get some possible tropical storm, hurricane force gusts as this passes to the north Wednesday, tomorrow. And GFS kind of showing the same thing. So lots of fans from Bermuda. GFS a little farther north, but still, there you go. Still got 50, 60 knots of wind gusts possible. So there's that. All right. Texas. We'll talk about Texas. Here we go. This is Invest 98 now. I put it on the website. There you go. Here's the radar. Lots of weather warnings for Texas because of flash floods. I started showing this. I'll be on the boat. Yeah. Nah, you can't screw around. I'm stubborn about sunscreen. I don't wear it. Yeah, Loretta, I go. I get. There you go, Arthur. Yeah, I go. I get checked. All right, so here's Invest 98. It's got some spinach, looking juicy and looking very moist. But I showed a lot of models yesterday predicting 20 inches of rain possible, and they're definitely starting to talk about that now. So there you go. Rains are already coming in parts of Louisiana now and Texas. This is definitely a tropical entity. It's Invest 98. It's likely not going to form into a system, but it'll feel like a system nonetheless. Here's the latest spaghetti models. You know, it reminds me of our last system in the Gulf. I don't remember what it was, but they designated an Invest right when it was on the coast. But there you go. There's the Invest. The core of the system is going to go north. Some of the latest rain maps. Let's go ahead and take a look at that because this could be a story. Seems like flooding rains are never a story until after they are happening. But Texas knows all too well, living in Harvey, what flooding rains can do. But here's the latest Euro, still showing massive rains. Look at that. This is crazy amounts of rain. This is through Friday afternoon right here. There you go. So look at that. 20 inches plus here. This is anything purple is 15 to 20 inches plus. They're saying max 45. I don't know where that would be at, but something that's serious. I mean, 10, 12 inches. Anything purple is a foot of rain. That's massive rains coming. This is now. This is starting today through Thursday, Friday. So let's hope the Euro is wrong. The GFS yesterday was not as aggressive, but it's starting to become a little more aggressive. It's showing max at 11 inches. So the Euro usually is pretty good as far as rain prediction. I'm surprised it's so far away from. Let's look at one more model here. Let's look at actual Noah's rain map. I'm looking for T for Texas. Y'all like that song? Leonard Skinner? Give me a T for Texas, T for Tennessee. All right, here's your total preset. All right, so here we go. This is the official forecast from the NOAA. This is usually what they use, and they're showing 10 to 12 inches right here. So, but you get the idea. This is the big story. They're saying 7, 8, 9, but Euro's saying up to 20. So we're going to have a big issue here for Texas the next few days already. So there's that, right? All right. The other area we're watching, then we'll talk more on things, is this little guy. This is Invest 97. This is this guy. Let me go back to this map. That's this guy right here in the middle Atlantic, okay? This little guy in the middle, sandwich between this guy, this guy. It's this guy, this guy, this guy. All right, so your spaghetti models on this guy is trending a little more to the west. Folks in the northern Lesser Antilles, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, definitely pay attention. This thing could be designated any minute. It's got a lot of spinach on our wind maps. It's looking very. Yesterday we looked at this. Didn't have any spinach. Now it does have spinach. This is just one map of many, but this shows you lower level winds. Let me zoom out. There you go. This is real simple way of just seeing if there's any sort of lower level winds, and it has a lot of lower level spinach. So there you go. This is 1,000 millibar. We can go to 850 millibar. So definitely looking like it's got a circle lower level winds. So this probably will be designated soon. This is the one that's going to skirt just north of the islands, and our little system behind it, since we're on this map, is already showing a little spinach, and that would be right around here. This little guy here, it doesn't look very good yet, but yesterday Invest 97 didn't look good either. But here we go. We're getting a little bit of weak signature, and that is this big old guy, which kind of popped out of nowhere. And it's got a lot of lightning, so That's what I mean, man. Tropics happen quick. Like, you know, this has been the year of A, don't believe long-term models, and B, 24 hours things can change quick. And that's, this one's catching my eye. It's a good thing it's pretty far north, but that doesn't mean anything. As we know, models change. So, Invest 98, let me show you some ensembles. Ensemble maps are cool because they look at different scenarios. So here we go. These are your Invest. We got all four that just ran. These are your overnight ensembles. We can put it in animation, which is kind of neat if you like to have anticipation of what to look at, which is neat. I mean, it's kind of cool. Little game, but I just like to click. I like to read the end of the book. I just click right here. So here's your GFS ensembles on Invest 97. Most of them pass north of the islands. The main operational run a little bit farther, closer to the Bahamas. A lot of the ensembles are curving, but the red line is the main operational line. No, red line is the mean line. Wait. Nope, red is the main GFS. The green is the mean of the average of the ensembles. The Euro, a little more spread, where there's a lot more lines showing high pressure is possibly building. I talked a lot about that yesterday. Some of the modeling are showing that Umberto pulls out. That's weather talk, nothing else. When Umberto pulls out, we could have high pressure built in and maybe go a little more west. So that's a scenario that you can't discount. That would put the British, American Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, all you guys are right on this northern track here to pay attention. The UK, a little farther west. So here's the UK ensembles. They are actually really going a little more west. In the UK, trended west with Barry, it trended west with Dorian, it trended east. It got Umberto correct. All the other models were saying crossover in Florida. The UK was the only one showing this thing skirting Florida. So that's what I mean. Any given storm, a model is better than other models. So the UK at least is a little different right now. It's showing more of a west track. So that's just, these are things. And then of course the CMC, the last one here, really showing a curve out to sea. So that's all. I mean, there's just something to watch. There's no reason to worry. It's right here. This is what we're watching. This little guy. That's 5 days out before it gets here. Again, so this little spot here in the Lesser Antilles, it was old Invest 96. We talked about rains first part of the week last week, and it played true. This is a big juicy area of convection right now. And this is our other guy we're going to be watching really close, because this one kind of came out of nowhere. All right, let's look at some cool long-range models here on Levi's site. This is your tropical tidbit session. See what you guys are saying. Hey, Crystal. Yeah, well, they're just too far away right now to anything past 5 days. Remember Florence last year was supposed to curve, and we had a high pressure come in out of nowhere, and it shot it straight west. I mean, this year we've had so many fast-moving fronts and high-pressure systems that it's tricking everybody. I mean, like I said, Dorian and Umberto were supposed to cross Florida's weak tropical systems, and both of them now have turned into major hurricanes that curved way early. So that's odd. So there you go. Loretta, yeah, Levi's, man. Renee, I like Invest. All right, so here we go. This is the we're gonna look at all the models that you hear the birds chirping in the background. And hey, listen. So when I had no air, I mean, I told you the birds get jealous when I'm talking. So let me go shut the door because I can't handle birds. Hey. If you guys watch me, it's like Groundhog Day. It's like Groundhog Day. It's either the dogs or the birds. Now, at least the dogs are used to me talking. All right, so we're gonna look at long-range models here. By birds, yeah, I shut them up. They know I'm talking. They're smart. They're two parakeets. I'm the only one that feeds them. All right, so here we go. All right, so here's Invest 97. or 8 or 6 or 5. I don't even know. 97. Let's see what it does. Not even showing the wave behind it because that just popped up overnight. This is the GFS. There's our, here's our blob in front. Just a blob, really nothing. GFS is showing it. Get close to the Bahamas and then it curves out to sea. Here's another one coming long range. Really no reason to look that far down the road. So that's a general feeling on that one. Not really impressed with long range models this year at all. But here's the Euro passing just north of the Virgin Islands. Gets awfully close to the Bahamas and then it curves out. Here's our next system. Another system. This looks like, I don't know what the heck that thing is. I don't know. There's all these little systems popping up. But see, here we got high pressure building. These are all factors of this thing recurving or not. This high pressure, there's a front coming down through the U.S. I mean, it's such a timing game that if this system slows down and runs in this high pressure system, this front doesn't make it in time, and then it pushes it closer. So these are things that we just have to know as possibilities. I mean, definitely this year, nobody's got long range modeling right. I'm not even going to begin to guess because even the experts have got it wrong this far out. So I'm just showing what's out there, what they're showing, what to watch. But the general trend is your friend, and the general trend on our new system is, and there's that little wiggle and wobble. This sucker really deep. This is GFS Legacy. Well, I guess that one's kind of, but it's amazing to see that Umberto is strengthening amongst all this shear and supposedly bad conditions. All of them have it going a little north. There's CMC. The CMC gets it trapped. See, there you go. High pressure stops it, puts it more into the Carolinas. So, it's just going to be one to watch. Going to be one to watch. That's all. And then let's look at the UK real quick, and then we'll see what you guys are chatting about. There's Umberto again, looking very impressive. Crazy hurricane. Just hard to believe a week ago this thing was supposed to be nothing more than a weak tropical depression. We can look back at history too. I like to look at archives. So let's look at the archives of this one. And then we could look at the archives on... So here we go. Here's the start of it. This was the beginning. This was the first update by the NHC on Umberto. Tropical storm into Florida. Tropical depression. And then, over time, storm. And then we got that big curve. So, they were close. It's just, the original long-range models had this sucker going... So there you go. So we go from the tropical depression to major hurricane. When the first update came out, obviously there was a lot of land interaction. So, but there's that one. So, all right, what else we got cooking? Talk about that. We got the blob. Let's go back to this and we'll see what you guys are chatting about. So, my curiosity, we know we got big rains coming. Texas, we got some alerts out already on rain forecast. Here's your day 2 threat. They have a graphic they put out all 3 days here. This is day 1. So we have a flood risk today already developing right here. This is pretty moderate flood risk. This is tomorrow. Day 3 outlook is, they have a graphic? No, they don't. Oh, yeah, they do. Oh, there it is. All right, day 3. So 3 days of flooding for Texas. So there you go. 3 days of red over pretty much the same area. This is today, tomorrow, and that's Thursday. All right, so there's that. Let's see what else we got till we can look at. Here, let's see. Here, let's check out the wave map. I always like this one. 33-foot waves now. This is a great map I found during Dorian. But this is your current sea levels It's on the site, but look at that, 33 foot now sea heights with Umberto. 33 foot waves. That's crazy. All right, so Sue, yeah, let's see what you guys are talking about. All right, so the new blob that we just saw, this guy, let's zoom in on him. This is like not even shown on any models. Let's take a look at him really close, super duper. We'll loop him. We'll get him ABC liquored up here, loopy doopy. All right, so this is a new guy. This isn't an invest. This isn't even being shown by any models right now. So it's just kind of a blob. So we'll have to watch it. This is behind Invest 97, and we'll see what that one does. So there you go. This one's probably gonna be designated really quick. This is our invest. Let's take a look at this one really close. This is Invest 97. Got some spinach. We can look at a precipitous water map. Take a look at that. This is always a cool map. This shows you what's going on in the middle atmosphere. There you go. So we definitely have, here you go. The Gulf system slowly getting a little spinning. See that? We showed it on the NAM model yesterday. It had, I'll show you some long range precipitation maps. But, we had that spin going into Texas. Here's Umberto. Here's Invest 96, old Invest 96. No spinach on this little guy, going pretty fast. But there's 97 spinach, right? And the wave behind it has a little bit of spinach. So there you go. Michael, yes. So here is, I was going to post this on Twitter today. This is something I thought about. Okay, so 3 days out with Hurricane Michael. All the models showed 3, 4 cat, maybe 5 cat. And it was, was shown to be a tropical storm, and they were downplaying the intensity, and they didn't pull the trigger on it being a major hurricane until a lot of people thought it was too late. So now we have like Dorian. They predicted pretty well once it got close to Florida, and we what I'm getting at is we have this cry wolf syndrome. It's like Michael was a Cat 5, did affect a lot of people in the Panhandle. Dorian didn't affect anybody in Florida. A lot of evacuations in Florida. So like one storm doesn't get the media, then it gets the media, then it turns out to be bad. And then Dorian, I think, got a little more media than Michael did. Florida didn't get anything. So now we got this cry wolf syndrome, and it sucks because 70, 80 miles difference for Dorian would have been what the Bahamas got, Florida would have got. So it's like, when does the media overhype, underhype? I think just lay it out there and let people decide for themselves, obviously. And but that's the number one thing I hear with Michael is that they downplayed it for so long. And some people said it was a holiday weekend. Some people said that there's tourists, and Florida was Labor Day weekend. I don't know what. So anyway, all right. So here's the scoop. All right, there's that. We definitely got a new system brewing. Invest 97 will be something today, more than likely. It'll be designated soon, maybe by 11 o'clock. We'll watch it. Should pass north. And then, we got a lot of things to look at. Let's look at some long-range stuff here on Tropical Tidbits. Always a great site. But here's what we're looking at right here. Let's look at upper-level winds. Just a general thing. But here's our Invest 97 down here. Here's Umberto pulling out. 2 high pressures, combined. This is what Dorian did. Somewhere down here, if you look at... All right, so so this is the lower-level map. So here's potentially Invest 97 being developed just north of Puerto Rico. This is next Saturday, this weekend, 3-4 days away. So 3-4 days away, this system is going to be just around north of Puerto Rico, which means if it does make the northern Lesser Antilles and Virgin Islands, it would be impacting you guys potentially Thursday, Friday. That's Thursday, Friday right there. But what we're looking at is high pressure. And this is what's happening in the upper atmosphere. So The faster Umberto gets out of here, the faster these high pressure systems will merge, blocking any exit north for Invest 97. If Invest 97 was around here, then it would have an easy exit out amongst these two high pressure systems. High pressure spinning clockwise helps accelerate that motion to the north. But once this seals off, and see, we get a little pressure here, which is interesting. But see, there we go. There's that break. So this is why the ensembles are showing more of a westward kick. If these two, this little guy here, I don't even know what that thing is. Let's see, that was just some little low pressure popped out of nowhere. That's odd. That's like a piece of Dorian, or there's $2 piece of Umberto keeping that door open. I mean, I'm just thinking out loud here, but so these high pressures, if they end up merging together, then this thing's going to push more west, and that's big uncertainty right there. So anyway, yes, I have links. What kind of links? Donkey gear. Yeah, donkey. So listen, so today, this is where I'm going today. Troubled Waters Brewing. I have a meeting. Check this out. So they are working on, we might do a drunk donkey beer. They're located in Safety Harbor. So I'll let everybody know. I'll take a picture at the brewery. It's going to be drunk donkey with a kick. And the fine folks at ABC said there's a good possibility that we can actually sell it in ABC across the state of Florida as the official beer of hurricane season. Would that be cool or what? So I think we're going to use this logo. So this is what Steve said, one of the owners, this little guy here. So if we use this logo, I showed this yesterday, but anyway, this is one of our Bring It On shirts. So I think we're going to use the drunk donkey holding a beer. His hoof looks like a beer. So we're going to have him holding a beer. And instead of official hurricane tracker, it might say official beer of hurricane season. Awesome, right? That's so cool. And I hope to have free samples of it at Talladega when I go to Talladega. And listen, I do sell, look at this shirt. This is not a drunk donkey shirt. People ask me, they can't wear drunk. Look at that. Hurricane season 19. Look at that. Bring it on. So I try to, and I do have my artist guy working. Hey, Lynn, listen, I want to show you something. On a Conehead shirt. So, anyway, all right, so listen, here's something. All right, so if you guys are in the Panhandle, I showed this before, but we might have people who don't watch every day. But if you go to Vimeo.com and look up Blue Tarps, this is a movie that they're coming out with showing what's going on in Michael right now currently.
I live in Panama City.
So if you live in that area, there's a lot of people that feel like the Panhandle's gotten forgotten about. And this is a movie that is actually a documentary showing you what's going on currently in the Panhandle 6 months after Michael. So the trailer is already on. It's a great trailer. It's about 4 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So check it out. It's called Blue Tarps, 6 months after Hurricane Michael. And it's powerful stuff on there, right? Right. So, yes. Hey, you're right about that, Ruth. I know. So we're going to try to, at least a drunk donkey, there really wasn't much. But the Conehead, I'm going to have to tweak it a little bit. But I'll put my marketing brain to work. All right, so what else is going on? I'll see what you guys are talking about. Bring on the rain, Brian. It's coming. You got 20 inches of rain coming. Let's see what the Euro. Let's do the gloom and doom worst case scenario for Texas, because the Euro is the one that's going all in on this rain forecast. Which sometimes, Euro rarely is. Oh, we got the threes. All right, this one just came out. So we got the new 6Z Euro map. This one just came out. So we can actually really zoom in on Houston here and see what the latest 6Z Euro shows. It's like a tack of the blob. Look at that. We can make sound effects. Look at that. Let's hope that doesn't pan out. Oh my. So the only good news is the GFS and the National Weather Service's official NOAA maps are saying far less than what the Euro is saying. But the Euro, this is the latest 6Z. This one just came out. Still predicting dubious amounts of rains. 16, 18 inches right here. So, and then of course this extends northward into the weekend. So here's your rains Thursday morning, and here's Friday morning. So got about 3 days of heavy rains coming, potentially. Sandra, hey, the Bahamas, nobody knows what's going on with any of these storms right now, to be honest with you. The current map, we can look at them all. This is the current map on weathernerds.org, by the way. I try to show his thing, weathernerds.org. I support those guys too on Patreon. Great. Yeah, we could do sound effects, Murren, like this. I mean, I could be like, we could get really wild. I mean, but this is the secret to my energy today is my bang drinks. Look at that. Did I show you this one? This is Georgia Peach Sweet Tea. 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 color, 0 and 0% liability. It's not going to kill you. I think it's got 400 milligrams of caffeine in it. But that's what I started saying. Who can drink coffee when it's 79? Oh, copious. There you go, Don. I always screw that word up. Who can drink hot coffee when you're in a house that's 79 degrees? Oh God. And the Florida Power or whatever came out a few months ago and said that everybody should live in 78 or 9 degrees. Like, not this house. Holy cow. Yeah. The Spain, Evelyn, I have not followed that, but I saw a picture. Crazy weather in Spain, flooding. We have cold fronts coming, yes. Dubious, lots of. I just say lots of rain coming. So the next evolution, oh, hey, John, yeah, man, you know, that, I'd almost like to, well, you know what, well, I can't because we have the RV, but we drove to Talladega while Michael was happening, and drove through Albany, Georgia on the way home. But I would love to go up there and film because I don't know what's up there. I mean, people need to see, and it's a shame. I mean, you know, that's why I don't get involved with sharing different charity. I mean, you know, there's so many people affected by storms still, and it's sad. I mean, there's people still affected by Harvey, I hear. You know, flooding, waiting on insurance. I mean, crazy. All right, so what else is going on? Let me see. Yep, Thomas. Sorry, buddy. Sometimes it's a Facebook thing. I'll upload it to YouTube. I do put it on YouTube now. And it'll be clear on there. All right, so let's go back to the water map. Just kind of leave this up. So tropics are pretty active. Yeah, copious. You're right, Elizabeth. I butchered that one all up. That's why I'm just going to say lots of. Hey, Ashley, that's weathermodels.com. And I pay for the site. I don't know what they offer free or not. They actually have a media version that lets me have I don't have to stress about them being mad at me for showing stuff because I'm technically a media account. So if I had a TV show, I could use their graphics. But anyway, Weather Models is it. Weather WX is another one I just signed up for, and that was Weather Charts. I think that's one. This one? No, Weather. No, that's a different one. Weather Models. I don't know. I got so many weather sites. I can't even remember. I paid for a new one during Dorian. What did I pay? I don't even remember now. Weather.us. That's another one. I think. Okay, so weather.us is another good one. We can look. They just have different stuff to look at. So anyway, all right. What else? All right, Holly. I don't know about 97 yet. Most of the models are showing a recurve, but the way these low pressures and high pressures have been setting up this year, I don't. Majority of models are saying recurve, yes, but I'm thinking that Umberto pulls out and we're going to have a high pressure build back in and possibly push it more west. So there you go. Teresa, yeah, that's cool. A lot of tools in my toolbox. Yeah, there's more tools. That's one thing I'm going to do for the supporters. They said, hey, why don't you do like a live, so I'm going to go through every one of my little links here. I even have a NASCAR page called racedayforecast.com. Look at that. Look at that. And I already got Richmond up. Racedayforecast.com defaults to the newest NASCAR race. So if you want to know about, look at that, Richmond. You can zoom into Richmond. Look at that. There you go. Richmond. Zoom into the racetrack. So that's one cool link that I forget I have on there. I have all these links on here. Holy cow. Let's see. Oh, this is what I want to show earlier. This is fascinating to me. Okay, this blows my mind. Okay, so we talked about shear sometimes meaning nothing as far as the shear maps go, and Umberto should not be strengthening right now. Maureen, hey, it shouldn't be that long. I don't know. I've had very few complaints. That's not good news. I'll check. But look at this shear map. This shear map shows 50, 60 knots of shear above Umberto right now. So technically, this storm should not be strengthening if you go by what everybody tells you to go by. Look at this shear map. All right, I did this little game yesterday. If you covered up with your finger where Umberto is, you'd say there's no way we could have any tropical development off of the east coast of Florida right now, because look at all this shear. Its shear is actually increasing. So this is something that it's beyond my knowledge level and most people's, because you're taught to look at shear maps and look, I mean, it's definitely tied into this frontal system. Somebody pointed out the baroclonic, I had to research on, but it's tied into this trough here. Hey Bobby, what's up, girl? She said, dry air. Let's take a look. Well, this is not really zoomed in very well, but there's dry air wrapping around it. We can zoom in. Let's look mesoscale. Let's see what we can do. There we go. We can look at water vapor loopage. It's kind of fighting it off. This is your water vapor loop. Cool little map. Umberto. Dry air trying to get in it. Hasn't yet. Maybe some on the south side. See that dry air gets wrapped up around in the bottom. And we can look at upper level. There's upper level water vapor. Fire and some convection here. Pretty impressive. We can look at satellite here and look at some of this deep convection firing around the center. So technically, this should not be strengthening into a possible major hurricane. Technically. But it did. That's why you watch every day. So, all right, that's it. I've talked almost an hour. All right, so let's see. I got the map on here. We can show one more. Let's just go back to the wide thing. See what you guys are saying. Donald, yeah, no, the only U.S. impacts right now are going to be flooding rains in Texas. Everybody else is dealing with normal, whatever normal is to you. Yeah, Michelle. Yeah, I'm working on that. Should be good to go. The only one I care about. But yeah, thanks. But if you do that kind of stuff, shoot me an email. I got questions. True Whitney. And then we got this pulse, the MJO pulse. So what I've learned too, Whitney, since you brought that up, is there's a lot of factors that go into hurricanes. This is your MJO map. So it's usually not just one factor. All right, so obviously you got hot water, you got shear, you got dust, you got the MJO Kelvin wave. And of course time to develop. But sometimes these things can override. The hot water is positive, the MJO is positive. There's no dry air, so those three things are overriding the shear. I mean, last year Florence went so far north, it turned into a major hurricane in the cold Atlantic water. It shouldn't have, but it did. So you always get these. Here's the let's take a look at the latest tropical tidbits models here. They're 12Z models just came out. So there you go. A little more. So these just came out, tropical tidbits. So your major hurricane players like the UK and the H-Wharf take it awfully close to the northern Lesser Antilles and then Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico. HMON a little farther, more centerline, the Bahamas. Most of your other models have it curving off. So, this is that Invest 97, no definites yet. And we'll look at the UK. Let's see if it goes out that far. I don't think it does. Not yet. It starts to right here. Oh, we can go down to Atlantic, tropical Atlantic, and then there we go. All right. So there you go. There's your UK model. So UK, this is Invest 97. UK is going a little bit farther west than everybody else. It's clipping north and lesser, then going into Virgin Islands, possibly Puerto Rico. This is this weekend. So here's Saturday, Sunday. So if the UK is correct, Saturday, Sunday, we could have whatever's developing out of Invest 97 right over Puerto Rico this weekend, possibly, and then making that west track, Dominican Republic. So that's just one model, UK, showing you a little more westward trend. And here's what happens. Like if you look right here, the last part of the run, high pressure to the north, it's going to be a race between this trough and this high pressure. It's going to keep chugging along, and before it reaches this trough is when it turns. That's why you can't go very many days out. Florence last year, everybody said it was going to recurve off the coast of Africa, everybody. And it didn't. It ended up coming into the Carolinas. So, these are things you watch. And as long as models are suggesting this, then you just keep your eye open. And we have friends in the Virgin Islands. This would be Friday, Saturday. So, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, you could be looking at something this weekend, Saturday. Lesser Antilles, Friday, Saturday. So that's, it's moving at a good clip. And the H-Wharf is another one we can look at. It's a little more hurricane-specific model. This one is showing development almost the same, clip in Puerto Rico on Saturday. So there you go. I mean, that's, there's two pretty decent models that people look at. They are not the official forecast, but it just lets you know nothing's set in stone on any of this stuff. Right. So anyway, all right. So we're back to this. We'll close it out with this little guy. This is our big story maker in the short term. Texas is going to get a lot of rain. Thomas, hey, I don't know, man. What's that dude that owns Facebook's name? I'm streaming at my house, so I think Facebook sometimes gets overwhelmed in different areas that you're at, Whitney, yeah, it's all trends are your friend, and right now this thing's trending a little more west tick, but Avatar, yeah, growing pains. Hey, thanks, Rob. Yeah, it makes sense, right? So everything is what about the Navy model? Hey, good idea, Marie. Let's check it out. I forget about the old Nav Gim model, and we can look at it on Levi's site. It's right here, Nav Gim. And here's what it shows. Nav Gim, Navy. And at the end of the run, it shows it right there north of Bahamas on Saturday. So there you go. There's Navy model. There's our second little wave. So yeah, you know, majority models recurve. You know, looking at ensembles, they're good to look at. They kind of give you an idea. Low pressures, anomalies. Another map we can look at. You know, the Euro. This is a lot of uncertainty right there. And we can look, of course, one more we'll look at. This is the long range Euro here. We can zoom in and take a look at 10 days. So if we rewind here, this is 5 days out right here. So 5 days out, here's your European ensembles. Majority of them are either clipping northern islands here or starting that recurve. If you go out 9 days, the fan gets spread more. Here's our next system. And then 12 days, forget about it. So if you want to end on a note, anybody could get something, there you go. Because past the 5 day window, anything can happen. All right. So anyway. So, oh, look at this. NHC is going to initiate advisories on Tropical Depression 10 at 11. I just got that tweet. So Invest 97 is no longer an Invest. It is now TD10. You heard it here first. You can get some rain at Panhandle. I don't know if you're going to get any rain at Panhandle. Let's look at the current radar. See what's cooking. Panhandle, you missed your chance. Here we go. Look at that. Another coastal skirt. Isn't that crazy? We'll leave it right there for Texas. Yeah, I will, Arthur. You got that right. I got big day tomorrow. We're getting... yeah, Whitney. Yeah, there's always that one. Hopefully, Thomas. Yeah. I'll upload it to YouTube. I wish there was a way that, there was a way that they could reduce the bandwidth on your end so that you could watch it under lower bandwidth if there was an internet issue. But they don't. Golfers are cooking. Yep, it's hot. So there you go. All right. We'll see what else. Any more last minute things. So we'll be live tomorrow. We got new Tropical Depression number 10. I'll update the website. That means we got more stuff to add, more stuff. God. Hey, Johnny, every day's my birthday, right? I guess. You got it, Jason. I don't know how they do that. I had to get Snowman to truck me some drunk donkey across state lines. I'll be the bandit. I don't know if you can ship beer across state lines. I don't know. But Snowman can. Trucking cores across county line or state line. Oh, hey, what's up, Don? Louie's right here. We can end it with Louie. Hey, Cindy, thank you. So, listen, so today I got a meeting at 3. Hopefully we'll get some things cooking on. And the other thing I want to do, Facebook has this supporter option, and I don't do any broadcast only to them because I think it's cool that Facebook does this, and the supporters are cool. They just like to support it. It's it's like $5 a month or whatever, and which is great. I tip more than that when I get one beer at the bar. So I'm a tipper. I guess you're tipping me. That's what I'm getting at. But anyway, so my idea is to do that TV show, and I think we're going to do it at this Troubled Waters if it works out. And it'll be like a fun 1 hour get together, drinking beer, talking, reading Facebook Live, talking weather. So, and only to supporters. That'll be kind of our little thing. And it'll be very amateur hour at first. Yep, everything's cool. We love it. And, you know, the biggest um, positive from Dorian in my world was I got to meet Brandon here from Weather Chasing, WX Chasing, and he, look at that, he shared our page. He's got 1,000 likes on it, and we became friends as I evolve into a better media site. You know, this used to be my little weather gig, and you know, I've gotten almost 900,000 followers now. I can't share people's stuff, and he's cool with it. He was fine. It's just I'm a media broadcaster now. Never dreamed I'd be like have to watch my P's and Q's. But anyway, back to Brandon. Great guy. Go to Weather Chasing. We're gonna try to share stuff. And he's a cool dude. So if you lived through that Dorian thing, that stressed me out. I really lost more sleep than I needed to. But here's Louie. Here's Louie. He's pissed. This is our daily tradition. I put his bed by me because he used to, he'd get mad at me. He gets jealous. So, there's Louie. Hurricane Louie's on Instagram. He's going to fall asleep. This is our thing. He falls asleep. Yeah, hey. Hey, Jenna. No, they keep a bunch of it, but hey, whatever. It's cool, you know? I devote a lot of time doing this. I could have a real job, but I'm glued to this thing 24/7 in the summer, so my dedication is 100% to this. But I did websites, IT stuff, and still do. Work for a company doing search engine query work. So I'm multitasking. And hey, the website, listen, 2004 I started this thing. 2004. And I stress a million times a day, the NHC is your official source. But it's pretty cool when NOAA folks and NASA folks and NHC folks and government officials and mayors and FEMA and hurricane hunters and all these people send me stuff and love the site. It's like, whoa. I mean, it's just so overwhelming. I'm glad to make a contribution that people can actually rely on, and it's cool. It's really cool. I'm going to get a private tour with the hurricane hunters soon. They just reached out in Lakeland, so we're just figuring out what day we can take the kids out of school. So yeah, so the name of that page was WX Weather. All right, so anyway, cruise for the day. I've actually had people ask that, Jenny, a weather cruise. Actually, I gotta show something. I feel bad. I got sent a really cool cruise package. I'm gonna have to pump up, but a lot of great people have contacted me about doing some sort of weather cruise, and man, weather doesn't have to be about me. So anyway, cool. All right, well, we got a lot to watch. Roberto's going to make a little bump and wiggle, but eventually go off. It looks like it's going to pass just north of Bermuda. They're still going to get tropical storm force winds, possibly hurricane gusts, as it races by starting today, tomorrow. Invest 97, we're watching close like a hawk. It could be, it's going to be tropical depression 10 at 11, and we'll have models on that, so I'll update the site. So Invest 97 is now tropical depression 10, likely to be tropical storm soon, which would end up being I butchered this yesterday. Imelda. Imelda is the next name, and if we Google it, let's see what comes up. Anything famous with Imelda? She is Imelda. So here's our next storm right here. There she is. That's the only thing that pops up. Sometimes I try to find if it's like something. That's the only one. That's the only. Oh, here's the one. What is this? This is Was this like a character? Ah. Look at this thing. What is this thing? Imelda Rivera. Let's see if I can make sure that's correct. Because this looks like something we could. Ah, look at that. There. Oh hell, we got a cool thing. Look at this, Disney. There we go. So when they name it, there we go. There's our next storm. I'll change my profile picture. There we go. There's our next storm. It looks kind of scary. Let's hope it's not scary. But there you go. There's our next tropical entity. It's coming. You could drink to that. There you go. You guys are up on your Disney. I'm terrible. I don't even get to watch TV. Between softball practice and weather and, everything else. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? There you go. So I can't share it yet. Maybe I'll go to Twitter and share it. All right, here. Do you guys follow Twitter? Let's go to Twitter. And here's what I'm going to... See, Twitter, I just put little one-liners. I'm going to put she's coming, folks. Whoops, we don't want to do that. I gotta copy it. Hold on. So here's my Twitter. Oh my God, now I got so many browser windows. This is what I'm looking at. Look at. So I don't know if you can see that. Look at all these browsers. Look at that. Now I got to find out where my Wikipedia one was. Somewhere. There she is. And I got to find out where Twitter is. There's. All right, she's coming, folks. There she is. Tweet. All right, let's see how many people comment on this. This is on Twitter. She's coming. I hope it's a she. It looks like a she. It's got lipstick on. She's coming, folks. Here we go. We'll see if we get any. Hey, there's Bobby sharing me. There's me. There's me looking at me. I got a like right in front of my face. This is my preview of my. This is on Bobby's page. Look at that. Looks like somebody's picking my nose. This is what the dermatologist is going to be doing tomorrow. Look, I got somebody picking my nose on Bobby's site. Hey Stephanie, guess what, man? I got to go on a Royal Caribbean cruise, and James Van Fleet hooked me and my family up. We got to meet the captain of the ship. Found out the first mate was from Panama, and she was a huge weather fan of our page. And the girls blew the horn. That was neat. But yeah, we got to go back to Coco Cay. I love Coco Cay. Coco Cay is so cool. Girls love it. But anyway, all right. Hey, you guys are awesome. I appreciate 754 people staying around and listening to my shenanigans. It's a she. She's a great grandmother. Yeah. Let's hope this one. Let's hope she goes out to sea. Let's see if anybody at Twitter said anything yet. Probably have a couple likes. I got 4 likes already. Look at that. 12 likes. 1 comment. 1 comment. Oh, there you go. This is funny. This is a funny gif. That's so crazy. Oh, God. People and their gifs. All right. Yeah, we're going to be early tomorrow. Yes. So 8:19. Yeah, I'll post a little graphic. We'll do a little early tomorrow. I was worried about today with my air conditioning, but we got back on track. So, hey, thanks. I'm going to upload this now. We got New Tropical Depression 10. This is Invest 97 on tropicaltidbits.com. We'll see what the NHC track looks like. I'm sure it'll be very similar to this. They won't hint any sign. Well, 5 days is right here. I don't know what they'll do. I bet you they just make it look very simple. It'll be a cucumber. We'll draw our map real quick, as I like to do. So, all right, so here's what we'll look like for the official track. And I moved my browser because I'm gonna pull up Cucumber and Yeah, this is it. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. This is the official track here coming for and then we give me a second here. This is our fun. This is what we do. All right, so then we're gonna I'm gonna twist it around like this. And then I'm going to have to skew it a little bit. So let's distort it. No, not like that. Let's see. Let's make it look like this. No, not that. Come on. What the hell's going on here? Trying to... No. Well, can't make it the way I want. Maybe like that. There you go. That's a little better. Oh, I got too much time on my hands. All right, so there you go. There's the 5-day track coming. Sorry about that. That's your 5-day track. Cue the cucumber. All right. Enough shenanigans. So here's where the YouTube video links be. I'm gonna upload it now. Go to my YouTube channel, Mike's Weather page. Real simple to find. And I'll post the new advisory at 11. Cool. The green blob. Imelda. All right, it's fun. Hey, thanks guys and girls. We'll see you again tomorrow at 8:19. I'm just happy I have AC. I was scared to death. I don't think I can show you anything else up here that's fun. But I got some sleep last night. That's always good. I'm catching up from Dorian, finally. All right, hey, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. I can ramble all day. Bye.